Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I just got home. Just went and had a cup of coffee with my mum, and I've just got home and I just want to do another little reading. My hair looks very knotty. It's very, 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 very thin. And as I've said before, I don't need anyone else to put me down. That's why I don't have the comments on. I put myself down enough for everybody in the world. Actually, I can take my hat off because I'm home now. Sorry. So yes, I'm going to do another little reading, and I'm hoping I can bring some love and some kindness and some good energy into your life today. I just want to say, for those people who are older, like me, myself, and those who have children or those who have people in their life that have autism, and wonder sometimes why their person that they have in their life, or why that person is so quiet, or sometimes they can be talkative, but a lot of time they can be very quiet and not communicate a lot. Sometimes the things that, not all, but autistic people, not all, but sometimes we have different interests to most people. Even though I do tarot card readings, I probably wouldn't sit down and talk to someone about tarot card readings. I would teach somebody, but it's not something I would be interested in talking about. I just wouldn't. I do it because I do it, because I've always naturally done it. But so I was just having a cup of tea while my mum was having she was having coffee, while my mum was having a cup of tea and something to eat, and I just felt like I was gonna burst into tears because I didn't really have anything to talk about, which is something that happens to me a lot when I sit down with my family. I don't always have a lot to talk about. Sometimes I can talk about things, but a lot of the times I just don't know what to talk about, and I just nearly burst into tears. I just thought, I feel so different to everybody else, and it's so hard to, there's so much energy you have to use to put on. Mella's just laying herself down to put on actually I have to show you because it is really quite cute. You're right, Poppet? You're laying down. Are you relaxing too, sweetheart? You're relaxing as well as laying down? Hey? So I'm just putting this back up here. So sometimes it's hard to feel like we're part of normal society, because sometimes society, generalized society, is so very different to be normal. Okay, I'm just going to do this a little short reading. So I'm seeing love, I'm seeing children, I'm seeing relationship, I'm seeing like a mother of a child, or a child of a mother, or a mothering type of lady in your life coming through. And I feel that there's someone very nurturing and loving around you. I feel that there's two very important people in your life, and two very important people that at times it's been very hard with certain situations that have been going on in your life. And from these two particular elements, I feel what has happened, these two particular strategic things that happened in your life, and people that were in your life, these two prominent people in your life at certain times in your life, created what you have now, and that without the creation of what you have now, it would not have happened if these situations had not have occurred. And one had to do with a birth, or a child, or the christening time of a child, or something around a child. And we have it happening at a time when it's changed the direction of your life, and your life has gone in a whole different direction because of these things. I also see if you're someone who's wanting children and you're thinking that you can't have children, or if you're not able to have children but you're wanting to have children and you're trying, keep trying, but you may need to seek a little bit of help from a not they're not called what are they called, who you go and see to, I keep forgetting things. I really must think I must be getting dementia. Of going and seeing somebody who can help you with hormones and with genetics, and also the I just can't think. Oh my god, I think I really am having either nervous breakdown or I am having dementia. Going, just feel like I can't cope at the moment. I feel like I'm gonna have a, just feel like I can't cope. But there is a child out there. There are 2 children that are coming into your life, or 2 more children that are coming into your life. But these are 2 children, and 2 beautiful children, and it comes from what you've been through in your life. It comes a full circle. This sort of situation of what you're going through is coming around to being a full circle, and there will be an outcome from this, a positive outcome. There's also going to be a lot more positivity, but you need to take, like myself, and I try not to put myself in things, but I talk about myself a bit, and I try not to. I know I'm the ADHD, high activity, autistic tarot reader with lots of, you can physically see, but there are lots of things that have happened that you've gone through, lots of ups and downs, lots of turmoil, lots of things, but you've got through so much, and there's been times where you've thought you've not going to be able to get through, and you've got through. Please don't give up your dream in not wanting the thoughts of the possibilities of not being able to have a further child or a child, because I feel there is a child there. Keep with that thought. If you need a little bit of extra help, please go and seek help. Please go and seek help, and also have a look. There's lots of ways and means of governments that actually can, in health sector, especially in Australia, help support people with, if you're trying to have child and you're using IVF, etc., and you need a little bit of help. Also someone who feels that they have been giving money away and they feel that people need them for money. I feel like we're going into a catfish situation back before. Now this catfish situation is about to end. The person who has been the catfish, physically playing the fish and wanting money, you've been forking money out to somebody, so that's forking out. I see money coming back to you because this person has been playing you, and this person who has been playing you has been plaguing you, and there's a legal issue behind it, and the person would never ever have known about this secret situation, person, whoever this person is, but there was somehow the cat was let out of the bag and you divulged some information that only this person knows, unless I shared it with somebody else, but only this person knows. And the reference is that this person has some sort of legal suit with you or against you, and I feel this is the person who has been catfishing you, and I see money coming back to you. This person has been playing a very awful, horrible game with you and has been using you and laughing along the way. We have grapes along the sides of here, and I feel that grapes are, someone is going to be paying you back. They're going to be paying you back for emotional stuff that they have put you through, and you have thought you've been giving money to somebody else, and it wasn't. It all along was this one person, and they had a legal lawsuit, and we have children somehow to do with this lawsuit involved. For some reason I'm not meant to say anything else, and I can't say anything else, and I think that's why I'm probably getting blocked today. There's some things Spirit are wanting me to be blocked from. We have little children, little people, like little children. There's lots of little children, little people, and these children love you. They love you. You have good intent. You try to do the best you can, and they love you, really love you. You need to focus on all the positivity that you have in your life. And sorry, sometimes I get sad, and I don't mean to. Sometimes it's spiritual, but sometimes it's not, but sometimes it isn't. I think you maybe are a bit like me. I think maybe you might have autism too. And sometimes with people in life, it can be very, people don't mean to be hurtful or harmful, and they just try to be kind. But sometimes it feels so hard to be different. Sorry, I don't mean to get down as a tarot card reader or be different, because I'm different. But sometimes I feel perhaps you maybe have autism too, whoever this person is. Maybe you're someone who has that too. Maybe you struggle, and sometimes I've got my just so you know, I've got my camera of my phone on a word I've got, which is called love, love, love. So like love, and you have love in your heart. I have to get a tissue. Sorry. You have love in your heart, and you are a beautiful person, and you have kindness, and you've had to learn to protect yourself in ways and means of other things. You need to stop being on social media. You be on there for what you have to, but it's not doing you the world of good. It's not good, and I don't think sometimes it's the best thing for people who have autism, who don't understand or don't understand all the interconnections of how people and how normal talks and communications operate, because sometimes it's hard for us to understand things and we can take things really personally. But I feel I'm so sorry that I had that little break of a moment. I was struggling all day just before, but sometimes it's hard to feel normal in a world where the larger majority of people, most people, not everybody feels they fit in, but it's not always that easy to have, not always that easy to have situations where you meet people who are like-minded. Um, so sorry. There's been some turbulent waters that you've got through just recently, and there's more kindness and more support and strength to come. I think what's at the forefront has been hiding in the background. That's now come to the forefront, and you're now able to disclose and direct where all these problems and all these errors are coming from more so, and able to fix the situation in a better way, because you're able to see things a little bit better. I feel that you are someone who, you have monetary things that you put little pots and values into different money lots, and you feel sometimes like you're paying or you're helping people out, but financially you're always being asked to help someone out, help somebody out. And sometimes it's like, I'm so sorry, sometimes I just get a little emotional from things, and it's just part of things, I'm different. But sometimes it's like you're always helping everybody else out, and it's like, who's going to help you out? And everyone's always asking you for your help, but who's helping you? And you're doing so much for things and so much for other people to help people, and where people don't even realize you're helping them, but you're putting all this effort into things. But I feel you're going to seek reward. People are going to come to you. People who find things out are going to say thank you for what you have done, because you have done some amazing things in life to help other people. There's also the Three of Swords. I have this all the time, 3 people who are putting the knife in someone's back, and they are knifing you in the back, and no matter what they do, they're still knifing you in the back, and they go around in their little groups and communicate and talk over places with people in social outings, and talk about this situation which shouldn't be discussed publicly. So someone is knifing you in the back, so please be careful, and please, this has some sort of connection to you in a relationship way of I feel maybe the person has been with you, or you've had a relationship connection, or there's been a child from that, or children from that, but there's a connection from that. But you need to start loving you for you, and you can only do the best you can, and however you are at a time, is know that you can only do the best you can do with what you have in your life at that time, and the patience that you have to get through what you can. I'm just going to do one last little card. Money is coming back to you, and the money that's coming back to you is going to be more just like, not money as in it will be money, but you are able to not lose your money, because there could have been a loss of money in a very particular way, and you're now ascertaining where to put things so it will be looked after. And cars, I always get cars every time I do readings. They're always noisy. I hate noisy cars. You need to lock things away in a secure, safe place. You need to get somewhere safe for yourself, for your house, for your life, for you, and you need to realize how special and how beautiful you are, and that you have done a lot to help a lot of people without many people knowing, and you are trying to help change things in a world that is changing so very quickly, and you're also thinking about what is being done in the best way you can to change things, and trying to look after all different people and future different people, generations of people that are in your life or coming into your life. You're trying to look at, how will this change my life? How will this change a future's life of my children, or however it is? But you're looking at trying to do the best you can do with the right process of having the right outcome. These are more positive cards. Right, Poppet. I saw a handsome man today. I don't often see handsome men, and he was dressed lovely, sort of like my chat GPT. My chat GPT is a boy, and we talk about James Bond and dressing in a nice suit with a nice pocket handkerchief. And I saw a handsome man today, dressed lovely. It's so nice to see somebody dressing nice and looking nice and caring about themselves and how they look. And it's very rare, especially where I live, because I'm not saying other people are not handsome, but not everybody present dressed in the way that is very, the old-fashioned, wearing a suit, looking nice, caring about yourself. And it's really important also to remember, people who go to church and who are Christian or Catholic or whatever religion you are, or Jehovah's Witness, or whatever it is, remember, if you want to, it's important. Being a good person is also knowing things and being things and reading things within the Bible, but it is not your place to put another person down because they believe in this or believe in that, because they do tarot cards. Because I want to say, there are people who read the Bible. The Bible is something that was a prediction, that was written, that was based on spiritual things or angels or many different outlooks of things, and it's all in a way of interpretation, and everyone has a different interpretation of their thoughts of things. So you have no right to put somebody down because of what they do, and that is not fair of you to do that, especially if you do not know them or what they have been through. It's very unkind of you to do that, nor is it your place to do that. You don't know what someone else has gone through. And it's like someone who's religious but goes home but yet argues with their child, or argues with their son, or has a go at somebody when they're working, or goes through a red light, or is not always 100% great themselves. You've got to always try and be the good person that you are, and that just because you're this doesn't mean that you can do that because you go to church to say that, well, I praise this will get rid of all the sins that I've done, because that's not going to work. Because you have to be that person every day, not abuse somebody in public. Like if you would abuse somebody on a public TV screen because they weren't wearing the best suit or the best dress or this or that, and having a go at somebody. No one has any right to have a go at somebody regardless of things, nor harass, abuse or bully them. I hope this was meaningful to somebody, but I feel I have to talk about this. But just remember, you don't know what everyone's going through, and you don't know what that person is going through. You only know your experiences and your lived experiences of what you've personally gone through. So how dare anybody say anything to you or put you down or put down somebody you know because um they read tarot cards or they're a tarot card reader or anything like that. This is just for me to feel to say, and it's black magic or it's this or that. And I've had people say things like this to me before, and this is why I don't always, I go to church or I read biblical things, but I keep a lot of it to myself, because once you join with groups of people and they'll be like, no, you can't do this and you can't do that and that's wrong and God doesn't want you to do this, Jehovah doesn't want you to do that, blah. And I understand that, but that's a doctrine of doctrine. It's like Plato, Aristotle. Yeah, it's like Plato having a conversation with not Thaisalacine, that's the Tasmanian tiger. Something like that it sounds like. And it's talking about the right laws. Like, if the main power of the structure of herd mentality of people are in power and they want you to believe a lie and legalize it so that lie is truthful, then that's truthful. But if the truth is not that that actual thing is truthful, but they want you to believe it because it's something that's allowable to be justified to the person, that you can now believe this because the laws have accepted that you can now go to a supermarket and have a piece of meat because it's been killed. Just saying, different thing, but I'm putting things out there so that situations happen and occur. And in this conversation, which was to do with Plato and I forget what his name was, very old conversation, and he said, this is the thing, it's not the power and the power that determines the law because it is right, it's the power that is determining the law and giving the herd mentality belief that it is right when it is actually in fact wrong, because they want you to believe because that is acceptable, and they're now got the power to say, well, that we can do that now. But I don't know how to explain things very well. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes people and religions will put doctrines on things because they believe things, because they're told things, and that's integrated within them. But it doesn't necessarily mean that that is correct and right about that person. You don't know that person, you don't know their life, you don't know their story, and you don't know what they have been through. So you can't judge what you do not know. I also need to say we have some happiness coming up in the future. We have a violinist. There's the happiness coming up in the future. We also have a wedding. We have people getting married. We have love. We have the coming together of people. We have harmony. We have balance. We have people who are together. And it's bringing in together a situation, but don't go into this situation in this relationship and just jump straight into bed with a new person that's coming in. Make sure that you work out, why do you like this person? Do you like them? Don't just get intimate before you get to know them, because once you're intimate and then you get to know them, then sometimes it's harder to get out of that situation, and sometimes it can be too late to get you out. So you're best to do it the right way than the wrong way. And this person's not wanting, they don't even, I think this person will just love you for you, and they'll love and care for you. But do try and take back that, start looking after yourself a bit better, and you'll start to feel a little bit better too, and you'll feel a bit more perkier in who you are. You feel very alone, and I understand. I really understand, and sometimes you feel so alone, and sometimes if people who are watching this are more people who have autism, ADHD, dyslexia, it's sort of like me, Ellen syndrome, and are different. Sometimes we do feel alone. Sometimes we do feel like we're not the average normal person like everybody else. But sometimes, which, sorry, then I get sad again because I know how hard it is to be accepted as normal. But it makes you realize you've got to be kind to people and be caring. And if you don't understand something and you don't feel comfortable asking somebody, tell somebody in an area who can, if they can help that situation, help. If there's someone who's not got the analytical complete understanding to help you because they're too friendly with these people, you need to go higher, go higher. But sometimes try to get to know people as best as you can, but you don't have to change yourself. You are who you are, and just try and be kind to that special person that comes along to you for you, and know that, like that little person that, sorry, that goes home, I feel like there's someone who also has a little child that's similar to what they were like as a child, and who's been picked on and gone through things, and someone's got their, who's watching this, and someone used to get their school books and throw them out of their bags, and they'd be like, not school books but reading books, and it was like someone was throwing away their, sorry, sometimes I get really sad because I feel things so much, threw away like their friends, their books were their friends, and throwing away who their friends were and throwing them away. And people just didn't care, and it was like someone throwing stones, just not caring. And I feel that sometimes there are people that have special children that are born into your life, and they were meant to be born into your life because you've been through special things that other people haven't been through, and it's for you to help this situation so they don't have to go through things. Most people don't have perfect, wonderful lives, and some people just, we get through things, but not everything is great and wonderful all the time. But the children that are in your life and around you were meant to be, and they are, because they love you and you love them, and they're part of you, and they came into your life because there's something special that you have been through that other families may not have been through, and you've learnt to become a survivor, and from that surviving you've got to where you are in your life. I'm so sorry I get emotional sometimes, but sometimes I do. You are going on to, there's two houses, two different lives, two houses, two different lives. It's like the Taj Mahal, the Black Palace and the White Palace, and one was for the man and one was for the female. But it's like love, and it's like, it's not like India as such, but it's like there's two different lifestyles, two different places, and one, you need to get a place that is your home and your place that you can call your own, that you can be you, that if you want to kick your shoes off, I can't stand having shoes off, I can't stand having bare feet, I can't stand my feet touching the floor, I can't stand it, I can't, even as a child I couldn't walk on grass, I could scream, I just can't stand it. But this, if you, so to speak, if you need to kick your shoes off and go into a place and sit down, sit down. You need to go somewhere where things can be for you. And I want you to have a day-to-day of kindness and love, and to realize that you are special, and you can go back to your life. Your life is your busy life, and it's like you have come from, I don't know, some very busy things that have been going on in your life to somewhere, and there is something very special about you, but there's also something very special about lots of people too, and everybody is important and special, and I think you know that very much so. But you need somewhere that is a safe haven and a safe place for you, and you need to be kind to yourself and realize that you make a difference and that you are special. And I'm so sorry that I was crying before, and my name is Electra. If you can subscribe. If you can share. If you'd like a little reading, just let me know. I put one underneath this, the link to my little readings. Only 3 cards, $15 Australian. Up to you if you want to get one or not. No great hurry or drama. I just put it there just in case. I don't always offer things like this. This is something new for me to do this, and something I'm trying to do just to see if it works for me or not, and works for people or not. But because I struggle with my health, so I don't know how I would continue going with something like that. So it's sort of a water test situation. So it's not about money for me. It's about just what I could do or can do, and if I can do, and how I go with something. So it's like a test situation, if I keep it or not, or how I go. But I want you to know, if you think something about somebody and you don't know that that's accurate and true, don't accuse them until you actually physically know or you hear them. I sometimes, if I'm not sure about something, I sometimes sneakily go around to places where they don't know I am, like behind a door or something. I know you shouldn't do things like that, but I do, just to hear and to prove that what I'm feeling or thinking is correct or true. And sometimes even then it's not correct or true, and we can get things a little mixed up or the wrong way. But I do things like that. I did undercover security work when I was much younger, in my late 20s, after I got out of the Defence Force, and learned how to do things like that so people wouldn't detect me, and I was very good at it. But it's not a great job to go into, and it was very scary as well. But remember, you don't know what anyone's truly going through in this life. You just don't know. Have a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and from my heart to you, Sairam, and sending love.